Hey everyone, it's Dash Cool. In today's video, we'll be talking about the awesome BC Rich KKV Kerry King Signature V guitar. So, for those of you wondering, why is it the KKV and not the KKK? Well, Kerry King, of course, not the Ku Klux Klan. Well, the first thing you know about Kerry King is he's a guitarist and slayer. And this guitar is a signature model of his. It's the standard V guitar from BC Rich. It's got the really awesome widow headstock, like a spider or a metal fist, and it is monstrous. This one does have the roller bridge. I would say this is bottom of the line. I wouldn't say complete low end of the Kerry King guitars. I think they do have a bronze series. Don't quote me on that, but as far as BC Rich guitars go, Kerry King is the poster child for BC Rich guitars and this tribal outlook. I've had Warlocks like this. I'm not a big fan of the super tribal. I like the ones with the flames and everything. They do make these guitars with a Kaler system, and I do not like that at all. Floyd Rose is way superior to that. That's my own opinion, and I sometimes say fact. I think it's a fact, but it's my own opinion. Do your research, then complain. Well, you have to have a strap on playing this guitar because, I mean, you don't want to hold this between your legs and have to... That's ridiculous. But I have this nice BDSM heavy metal strap here, and I like to strap on and have a good time. Yeah, it's an awesome guitar. It's got, 24 and a half frets. It's got the passive BC Rich wannabe EMG pickups. They do sound really good. There is no battery. It is not an active pickup. They do make EMG models or BC Rich EMG models. I prefer the, humbucker-esque pickups versus the EMG actives. But hey, it's preference. The only thing I do not like about this guitar is that it is huge. I mean, I'm 6'4", and you'd expect me to have really long arms, which I do, but playing this guitar is a chore because the neck is so high up on the V, and the V rides your crotch, and even when you're standing up with it, you're like climbing the tree to get the right chords and everything, and you're like, ah. The biggest thing I don't like about this guitar, the other Kerry King models may have frets. They only usually have the 12th fret, which if you're a guitar whiz and you play with your eyes closed anyways, you don't really need the fret inlay markers. But for those of us who like to look down to see what we're playing, oh, I'm on 3. No, you're up here. Oh, I'm on 5. No, you're somewhere closer to 7. There are no fret inlay markers. It just says KKV, not KKK. But as all guitars do, it has your little side inlays. So if you happen to panic and you're like, is it a 3 or a 5 or am I in between? You can look to see what finger position you're playing. So the lack of fret inlays is, I wouldn't say a huge problem, but I mean, it can turn stuff like this into this because you don't know where you're playing. You know, is it 15? Is it 17? Is it a 12? You can't really tell unless you're like glued to it or you're really keen on these side little frets. But this guitar is made for metal. I don't care what anybody says. You can tune any guitar to sound classical metal, drop D, drop B, drop E, drop your G string, whatever you want to do. But I have it tuned for metal, so that's what we're going to play. So here's what a KKV would sound like. This is how you play the heavy metal. You give it the angry face and you... Satan, evil, power. don't know, I feel like this is something Kerry King would play. Not. If you have the money, buy one. I mean, why not? It's like I usually rescue all my guitars from Craigslist or pawn shops. I'm one of those guitar parents that have to rescue guitars. Like every time I see one, I'm like, oh, that poor guitar is not being fed. It's gonna get euthanized, and I need to go buy it before some little Mexican child scoops it up. Whatever. But I mean, it's awesome. It's sweet. I personally do not like V guitars. Like, I would rather have something like this beast here, or a Warlock. They're just better to sit with, better to stand with, better to hang on to. Definitely a little smaller, easier to get your hand around. This guitar is thick in every sense of the word, because the neck on it is just like choking down an elephant penis. It's huge. Like, what do you do with it? Like, where do you go with this? Compared to like a thin line Telly or a regular BC Rich guitar, it's very mundane. This is a very masterful guitar. It's very thick, it's very in your face, it's very heavy, it's very long, it's going to wear your neck out. So if you're like Kerry King and you like those open chord solo kind of things, I just had a filling come out. Cool. That was fun. Go for it. BC Rich guitars are my favorite guitars. I wish more people would play them. The newer BC Riches do not come with the Widow headstocks anymore. They have some kind of dumb NJ headstock, and that's not cool. BC Rich, what the fuck, man? Go back to the horns. Go back to the Widows and the Beast headstocks. Boycott BC Rich. No, that's not real. But, I don't know. I hope this video answered questions. If you're going to think about buying this guitar, hopefully this will help you out. I would go for a more higher end BC Rich, better pickups, a little bit more money. I mean, you get what you pay for. The more money, the more quality, the better it's going to sound. I play with 10s on this guitar, 10 gauge strings. I think 11's too much and 9 is too little, and 10 is just right. For those of you starting out, this is a terrible guitar to get. It looks cool. I mean, it'll probably get you a couple news sent to you if you have some emo chicks that are into that. But this guitar is not for beginners. This is a guitar for someone that's been playing guitar for at least 3 or more years. This guitar is not something I would want to take around and play on stage. This guitar is definitely the expert level when it comes to expert levels, even being at this price range from $100 to $300 depending on the brand new or used. I mean, the top of the line Kerry King guitars can go for $500 to $2,000. And if you got the money and you want to throw that out there, go for it. I would start with this, and if you like this, get you the one with the Kaler on and get you the flame maple topped asshole juice guitar. I mean, it's awesome. But if you like this video, be sure to check out some other videos. I do guitar reviews all the time. Be sure to like and subscribe. So I'll see you next time.